great question. At that point, we are going to go ahead and stop teaching at this point. We have another activity for you guys to work on. So as we basically just stated, the exterior angle theorem basically says that the measure of the exterior angle is the sum of the two remote interior angles. So let's take a moment and think about what that actually means. What is my exterior angle in this diagram? Alright, so the measure of the exterior angle, so the measure of angle BBC is, meaning equals the sum of, now there's two things we're adding. What are we adding? We're adding the two remote interior angles. What does that mean, remote interior angles?
The two opposite. Like,
What do you mean opposite?
so it wouldn't be like ABC, it'd be like BAC or BCA.
Exactly. So we're going to do the two angles that are away from the exterior angle. So therefore the measure of angle BAC plus the measure of angle BCA. And that is the exterior angle theorem. The outside is equal to the two insides. So let's take a look at example 3. How would I set that up? Danielle?
2x plus 1 over 3 minus x equals 6x minus 7.
All done. Alright, so 2x minus x is 1x. Subtract the x, add the 7, we got 110, 5x. And next is 22. There we go, guys. That's pretty much the end of it. Except for there's one thing I want to do, because it's something that you guys will be expected to do on homework. You will be expected to do this on the test. Let's prove this little outcome. We're going to prove it. We talked about the fact that it works. We looked on the Inspire and saw that it worked. So let's prove that it works every single time. Alright, so here's my little diagram. Alright, so we're given triangle ABC with exterior angle of BBC. Alright, so we need to prove that the measure of BBC equals BAC plus BCA. Okay, now earlier today, what did we already learn about angle A, B, and C?
Yeah.
They add up to 180. Why is that, Sam?
Because that's
Oh. Because what shape is ABC?
drawing.
Alright, so the measure of angle BAC plus the measure of angle BCA plus the measure of angle ABC equals 180 by the triangle interior sum theorem. Sum of the angles adds up to 180. It's a triangle interior sum theorem. Okay, now I'd like to aim your attentions elsewhere. You should look right here. What does that tell us?
Is segment BD is an
Segment
extension of segment
BD is an extension of segment AB. Very good. That's how we get exterior angles. They're just extensions of the side. What does that tell us about their angles?
AB. It would be this.
Definitely not the same. Chris?
ABC and ABC add up to 180.
Why is that?
Because it's a straight line.
It was a straight line. Very good. I mean, that's perfect. So the measure of angle BBC plus the measure of angle ABC is equal to 180. And we'll just put down here because they are a linear pair. Or actually just because they form a line. We'll go with that. They form a line. Okay, I'm going to think about this for a minute. Notice that this is equal to 180, and that's equal to 180. Therefore, two things are equal to the same thing. They're equal to each other. That's the transitive property. So the measure of angle BAC plus the measure of angle BCA plus the measure of angle ABC is equal to DBC plus ABC. And transitive. Okay, so now we're really close, right? We need to prove this up here. What's the only thing that's stopping us? No, we've already substituted. That was a transitive property. Chris?
Substitution.
No, we've already substituted. So not a substitution. We have some extra stuff in there. What's extra? Think about what you're trying to prove. Trying to prove that BBC is equal to BAC and BCA, which we already have that. But we have this extra stuff. So how are we going to get rid of those ABCs? And another word for cancellation is subtraction. So we're going to subtract out the ABCs. Goodbye, goodbye. And therefore our final line of the proof is the measure of DBC is equal to BAC plus BCA by subtraction. I know you guys still don't like proofs. I don't blame you. I still don't like proofs. But I want you guys to realize that they're really not as bad as what we make them out to seem. A lot of times they're pretty short, pretty straightforward. Alright, so that's the end of our notes.